Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Allen. Hope you had a great break. This presentation is nothing more than just a little bit about me. Being an asynchronous course, I think it's kind of nice to do a little bit about who I am because we don't meet face to face. I know a lot of you have met or seen face to face, but just in case you're wondering a little bit about who I am, here's a little 3 slide PowerPoint. I'll try to keep this brief. I will say one thing though, this is not required viewing if you're not that interested. Just to give you a little bit on me, I was an educator for 20, I guess I've been in education now for 20 plus years. I taught mostly middle school, did middle school social studies for about 15 years. I've also done some high school though and adult education. I did teach at multiple schools, did private, public. Been a assistant professor here at Shepherd now for 4 years. I was actually an adjunct for nearly 10 years, though, while I was teaching middle school social studies. Here at Shepherd, besides being an assistant professor, I'm also a social studies coordinator. I also serve as the director of teaching and learning here. That coordinate trainings is basically what that means. And while I've been here, I've done a few research projects. Mostly they've been lessons for middle schoolers revolving around the Cold War, the Spanish flu, and the Norman invasion of 1066. Hopefully, I don't know if my mouse is showing or not when I'm doing this. I'm just trying a little new method here. But um, I've been working with something called Hollywood or History, where you're taking clips from different movies and films and incorporating them into lessons. I've contributed to 3 different chapters in 3 different books with that, one on the Cold War, one on the Spanish flu, and I'm currently working on the one on the Norman invasion of 1066. And in case you're wondering, that scary person is me right there. In case you're wondering also about these pictures, this was a group project with myself and my son. So some of the picture selections might not have been my choice, but that's okay. In case you're also wondering a little bit about me in the background, my family consists of my wife, Mandy, my son, Jack, and our cat, Oliver, and that would be Oliver right there. We live in Martinsburg, actually. Lived in Martinsburg, I'd say most of my life. I mean, honestly, I did live in Delaware and Maryland for a period of time. I am a Shepherd alumni. I was a major in history and an English minor. After I finished that, and by the way, I graduated from Shepherd College, not Shepherd University, in 1998. After I finished, I went to WVU and got my master's in secondary education with a focus in social studies, and later graduated in 2009 with a doctorate in curriculum and instruction, again focusing on the social studies. If you're really dying to know a little bit about me, that's my dissertation topic was related to the monotheistic religions and world history textbooks, a content analysis from 2001 through 2006. That was when I was doing my research. Textbooks were still being used pretty prevalently in social studies. Now it's hit or miss, which that could be a good thing. But take my methods class if you're interested in talking about that. But, there's a little bit about my home life and education. As far as myself and interest, love the golf. It's probably the sport that I've played the most still to this day. That's Augusta National. I've never actually played there, but I do live on a golf course, so I get to go out a good decent amount. I would not say I'm a great golfer, but I can at least get around. I love to travel. This summer, actually went to London and Paris. I'd say, I guess now this summer will be summer of 2022. We went to London and Paris, and actually Normandy. That's my family right there, and us at Stonehenge. If I had more money, I would probably do a lot more traveling. And I'm not really a snooty traveler, I will say that. Like, I love going to Disney World, I love going to historical places. I just like to see things. Love the hike. I would also say that I like to run, but don't know if what I do I would actually put in the classification of running. But every once in a while, I will do a 5K with a terrible time. Love to read. I read a lot. That's usually what's on my Christmas list. Is just new books. A long-suffering Washington sports teams fan. I guess my true love is the football team, but I'm also a big fan of the baseball team, the hockey team, and the basketball team. Also, I don't know if anyone saw it on the news. We put this logo, but we didn't have space. My son and I were looking for the new mascot, Major Tuddy, to put on there for better or for worse. And probably one of the quirkier habits, or I guess not habits, hobbies that I have is During the pandemic, we found a photo of one of my old toy collections from like the mid 80s. And my son and I have been trying to rebuild my Transformer collection that I had from that photo, primarily because we get drugged to a lot of antique and collectible type stores as a family, so it gives us something to look for. We've actually done a pretty good job with it, but like I say, I guess we all have a little bit of quirky habits, and that would probably be mine. So there's Optimus Prime dunking a basketball for you. That's a little bit about me. Again, if you're interested, great. If not, no problems. And if you are into any of these topics, feel free to swing by. I definitely will talk about any and all of them. Love to do it. And with that being said, let's have a great semester. And I'll see everyone online in our asynchronous course.